All right, CASA workers tirelessly help children going through the courts. They help judges with important information about the kids that could save their young lives. Now, to keep running, CASA needs your help. The executive director of the Jackson County CASA organization is here, Martha Gershun, as well as the Wyandotte County executive director, Amy Boydston. And we also have a volunteer, Kathy, who came to be with us. And volunteers are really key to your organization. Ladies, all three of you, welcome to 41 Action News Midday. Thanks. Martha, we've had you all here many times before. Tell us a little bit about what CASA does, how it helps children that are really abused and neglected in the legal system.
CASA's role is to recruit and train volunteers who become advocates for the best interests of the child. We do this in Jackson County on the Missouri side, in Johnston and Wyandotte County on the Kansas side. It is these volunteers who have a one-on-one individual relationship with the children and the siblings. They're the ones who tell the judge what's really going on. It makes a lot of difference in what happens to the children.
And is it true that you also help place these children in safe, homes where they won't be abused anymore? You find a safe place for them to live?
Yes, our CASA volunteers really help assess various living situations for the kids and make recommendations to the judges. The judges ultimately make the decision, but our volunteers make sure that they are empowered with as much information as possible to make a decision based on the best interests of the child and to keep them safe from additional abuse and neglect.
So Kathy, that is a big job that you have on your shoulders. How do you handle that? How do you navigate that with this precious child that has been through an abusive situation and then trying to navigate through, their parents and all the things that are happening to them in the court system?
That's one of the reasons I really enjoy this position as a volunteer. You learn a lot about the court system, and it's a meaningful position. It's a meaningful volunteer position where you can build relationships with the children and the families. We have support from the supervisors at each office. They're always available. They go with us to the court hearings if needed, and are answering questions all the time.
So Kathy, tell us what a typical day is for you. If you're dealing with the CASA situation, you get the phone call, there's a child that needs your help. What happens?
Well, I generally visit the child and the setting they're in, either parents, foster parents, or in their placement. I have permission when releases are signed to talk to teachers, doctors, anyone that interacts with the kids, so that I get a full picture of what they're dealing with day to day, and I report that to the judge.
Is it tough? I mean, is it difficult? It sounds so, but it's just, you're really, you're intervening in people's lives and futures.
I am, and that's what's meaningful about this position.
Yeah. That's the joy of it. I mean, I know it's a weight, but it's also a joy because you're helping find a positive solution for these kids. All right, so CASA needs some help. You guys have your annual fundraiser. We love to have you come on and talk about it. Tell us what's the theme of it this year. And I love that you both counties do it together, Jackson and Johnson.
Well, this year we have dual events coming up in the next couple of weeks. The first one is our Promise of Hope Luncheon, which will benefit CASA of Johnson and Wyandotte counties. It is Thursday, this coming Thursday, March the 30th, at the Ritz-Charles at 11 o'clock. It is a free luncheon for the community to come and learn more about what we do. And we certainly hope we'll feel the call to help invest and help us continue to serve more and more kids in the foster care system.
And Martha, this is something people really, it just grows every year. I mean, every year.
Absolutely. So after the Promise of Hope Luncheon, which is this Thursday, then next week on Wednesday, April 5th, we have the Light of Hope Breakfast. We'll have 1,200 people at the Sheraton Crown Center come out to hear about CASA's work. We use it to raise money and to recruit volunteers. Our keynote speaker, Legend Walker, is an older foster youth about to age out of the system after more than 12 years in foster care. We hope that when people hear stories like that, they'll understand why CASA needs their donations and needs their volunteer time. All
right, well, we want to get people to that event. So once again, tell us when and where. We got the breakfast, and then we've also got the event at night.
Sure, yes. The luncheon is this Thursday, March the 30th at noon at the Ritz-Charles in Overland Park.
All right, Martha?
Light of Hope Breakfast next Wednesday, April 5th at Sheraton Crown Center. We start at 7:30 in the morning.
Well, thank all of you for what you're doing for our youth. Thank you.
Thank you.